Zootech Academy, School of Biological Sciences. We are on the educational background since 1960s. The hierarchy goes this way. Mrs. Andalamal, school teacher triplicate in Chennai in 1970s. Mr. R. N. Devarajulu, retired Chief Educational Officer, Velu, Government of Tamil Nadu Education Services in 1990s. Mr. Om Devarajulu Naidu, he is in California, USA, an outstanding student of Anna University, Chennai since 1990s. Currently, Dr. Sangeeta, zoologist. She is in the field since 2005. Thank you. Hello, hi, welcome to our Zootech channel. Okay, today we are going to do a topic on chromosomal disorders. So in my last video, I've uploaded the Mendelian disorders. So today we'll be dealing with chromosomal disorders. So this genetic disorders classified into two: Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders. So this Mendelian has already been dealt. So today we'll be dealing with the chromosomal disorders. So these chromosomal disorders, they are caused due to the absence or excess or abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosomes. So when there is a failure or segregation of chromatids during the cell division cycle, it results in the gain or loss of a chromosome. You call it as aneuploidy. Called as aneuploidy. So what does aneuploidy means? It results in the gain or a loss of chromosomes. So aneuploidy is what? It results in the gain or loss of a chromosome. So chromosome, chromatids. Actually, what is chromosomes and what are chromatids? Chromosomes consist of a single double-stranded DNA molecule. That is the difference you wanted to understand between the chromosome and the chromatids. What is it? Chromosome will consist of a single double-stranded DNA molecule, whereas the chromatids, they are the two molecules of double-stranded DNA molecule joined together in the centromere. So the chromosomes, they'll be having a thin ribbon-like structures, whereas the chromatids, they'll be having a thin and long fibrous structure. So that is the difference between the chromosome and the chromatids. Fine. Now, so this both the chromosomes as well as the chromatids, they are formed by the DNA molecules and they are formed within the nucleus of the eukaryotic cell. So when talking about this disorders, it is caused by the non-disjunction of chromosomes. That is, the groups or signs and symptoms that occur together and characterize a particular abnormality. You call it as a syndrome. Understood? So it is caused by a non-disjunction of chromosomes. So the groups of signs and symptoms that occur together and characterize a particular abnormality, you call it as a syndrome. Fine. Now we'll see the examples of chromosomal disorders. What are the examples of chromosomal abnormalities? Chromosomal abnormalities. First, we can say Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Patau syndrome, and Klinefelter syndrome. So Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome and the Patau syndrome. So now we'll talk about autosomal aneuploidy. So autosomal aneuploidy is the Down syndrome. Autosomal aneuploidy. It results in a condition called Down syndrome. What is Down syndrome? It is also otherwise called trisomy 21. Trisomy 21. So it is also called trisomy 21. So this is a genetic disorder due to the presence of an additional copy of the chromosome 21. So this is a genetic disorder due to the presence of an additional copy of the chromosome 21. So this disorder was described by Langdon Down in the year 1866. Langdon Down, he described it in the year 1866. So what are the symptoms of this Down syndrome is, they are being characterized by severe mental retardation, defective development of CNS, that is the central nervous system, increased separation between the eyes, they do have a flattened nose, mouth is constantly open, and also there is a tongue protrusion. There will be a protrusion in the tongue. So these are all the symptoms of the Down syndrome. Now we'll talk about the Pettau syndrome. So this is caused by a chromosomal abnormality in which some or all cells of the body, they contain extra genetic material from chromosome 13. So this extra genetic material disrupts the normal development, causing multiple organ defects. It is causing what? Multiple organ defects. So this is due to the meiotic non-disjunction. What is meiotic non-disjunction? It is thought to be the cause of this chromosomal abnormality. What is happening here is the failure of two members of the chromosome pair to separate from one another. They separate from one another during the meiosis, causing both the chromosome to go to a single daughter cell. Okay, so that is the meiotic non-disjunction. So this Pettau syndrome is characterized by multiple and severe malformations, as well as profound mental deficiency. They do have a small head with small eyes, cleft palate, malformation of the brain, are some of the symptoms in the case of Pettau syndrome. Okay. Now, we'll talk about, here we have talked about the autosomal aneuploidies, that is the Down syndrome and the Pettau syndrome. Now we are going to talk about allosomal abnormalities. Allosomal abnormalities. It is also related to the sex chromosomes. So this mitotic or meiotic non-disjunction of sex chromosomes causes allosomal abnormalities. Okay. In which we are going to talk about this one, Klinefelter's syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome means what? It is a genetic condition in which a male is born with an extra copy of the X chromosome. It is born with an extra copy of the X chromosome. Actually, the males have what? They have one X copy, but they do have one X and one Y chromosome, is it not? But whereas in the case of Klinefelter syndrome, they'll be having an extra copy of the X chromosome, that is 2XY. So the persons with the syndrome, they have 47 chromosomes. They'll be having 47 chromosomes. This is the Klinefelter syndrome. Now, how are they characterized? What are the symptoms? Is that they are usually sterile males. They are tall, obese, they have long limbs, they have a high-pitched voice, feeble breast development, a condition called as gynecomastia. So these are the conditions and the symptoms in the case of the Klinefelter syndrome. Now we'll see what is Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome is a genetic disorder due to the loss of X chromosome. So the person with this syndrome, they'll be having 45 chromosomes. They'll be having 45 chromosomes. So that is 44 autosomes and 1 X chromosome, and they are sterile females. So main symptoms include, what are the main symptoms in this Turner syndrome is that they include what? Low stature, webbed neck and lack of menstrual cycle. Hope you understood this chromosomal aberrations and disorders. So in next class we'll deal with other topic. Bye for now. Thank you.